Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us during the Lytham Partners Fall 2025 Investor Conference. My name is Joe Diaz. I'm a managing partner at Lytham Partners. Today, Hana Yulo, CEO, and JC Chua, CFO of Hotel101 Global Holdings Corporation, will take us through the company's slide presentation. Hotel 101 trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker symbol HBNB. So let's get started. Hannah, JC, welcome. I will turn the floor over to you for your presentation.
Thanks, Joe. And we're very happy to be here. We just listed on the NASDAQ last July. And so, we're still in really hyper growth stage, very early stage, and we're happy to be telling our story and getting it out there. So we have four sections to our presentation today: our global growth vision, the business model, growth strategy, and about the background of the founders of the company, as well as the parent company and management team. So here with me today is JC Chua, our CFO. My name is Hana Yulo. I'm the CEO of Hotel101 Global. And I'll do the first part of this presentation, and I'll turn over to JC later for the growth strategy. So just to set the tone, the reason why we are here is because our vision is to build 1 million Hotel 101 rooms before 2050, to have presence in over 100 countries and become one of the top 5 global hotel companies by that time. So I'll walk you through the business model, why we believe that we can accomplish our vision. So it starts with a gap in the market. So if you look at the hospitality space globally, we believe that a gap does exist, and that is a gap that we want to expand very rapidly into to dominate that space. And the gap that we have analyzed across the hospitality market, specifically in the value segment, is the lack of full standardization. As you may all know, full standardization exists in many industries. Take, for example, the budget airline industry. Practically all budget airlines globally sell one SKU, one product. It's the economy seat. They change the seat cover, but the product never changes. And the reasoning behind that is because it brings unbeatable efficiency. Top of mind standardized products. If you close your eyes and try to imagine what a soda is, you would think Coca-Cola. If you close your eyes, what's a burger? You think Big Mac. So there's always that one standard product that exists in every industry that dominates that space as kind of the first thing you think about. But if you close your eyes today and try to imagine what is a standard hotel room, you wouldn't be able to imagine anything really as a vision, because one standard hotel room for the world doesn't exist. And that is a gap that we see in the market, and that's a gap that we want to dominate in the market. This is our solution, a one global hotel room. So we are Hotel101 Global, but we only build one type of room across all of our properties across the globe. So this is our happy room. It's our one product. We have done a lot of research and development to come up with this product. We've been running this prototype for the last 8 years, was the first launch of our hotel. And we believe we have a clear product market fit. It's a room size that's not too small, not too big. It's 21 square meter, or about 240 square feet. Everything that you see is modular. So the furniture is modular. It comes in a flat pack. It takes a couple of hours to build the entire room in terms of the furniture. The bathrooms are prefabricated. Some of them come in a flat box. Some of them come in a pack. We have a connecting door. So if you're a larger family, or if you want to be together, you can be together. It fits 3 people. So you can see there, we have a queen size and a single bed. We don't do extra beds because we simply put it already in the room. We have a desk, a luggage rack, 55-inch TV, free Wi-Fi. We have a kitchenette, or a pantry, where you have a kitchen sink, you have a microwave, a ref. And so this allows also for executives if they want to stay longer. So what kind of guests do we see in our hotel room? So it's kind of like a one size fits all. Think of it as like the Big Mac of hotel rooms. If you're with your family, it's still okay. If you're a business traveler, you can stay longer. You have a little kitchenette. So it's kind of a one size fits all. And that's really our ambition. We want to be the Big Mac of hotel rooms where our guests know exactly what to expect no matter where they are. So you'll walk into a Hotel 101 room and you won't know where you are unless you open the window, but you'll know exactly where the light switches are in any global Hotel 101. And we bring efficiency really at its peak by delivering only one type of bulb across the entire property. So the lights that you see is actually an E27 screw type bulb. You can buy it in the supermarket. It's the same bulb we use in the lamps. It's the same bulb we use in the common area, same bulb we use in the restaurant, same bulb that we use in the lobby, same bulb, even in the parking. Because why do you need to keep inventory of 10 different bulbs that, only engineering can change when you can simply just have one bulb that anybody can change? And so that's really how we think about hotel at its peak efficiency in terms of efficient to build, efficient to operate. And so there's two real key items in building that efficiency in a hotel brand is really one type of room, and we always bring 5 times more rooms than our competitors. So we operate in the budget hotel space. And in that budget hotel space, all of our competitors have about, on average, 100 rooms. And so, if you really analyze budget hotels, select service hotels, if you've been to a few of them, it's about 80 to 120 rooms. Globally, they're about, on average, 100 rooms. But five-star hotels are typically already 300 to 600 rooms. So there's nothing to change there. It's already the whole decades of stock of five-star hotels are already in that size. We bring in the volume of rooms into the budget hotel segment. And so, coupled with one type of room, 5 times more room, it just brings unbeatable efficiency. And when it's efficient to build and efficient to operate, we're able to deliver rooms that are 25 to 30% cheaper for the consumer than our competitors. And how do we do that? Because structurally, we're just, much more efficient to build, much more efficient to operate. And what else that brings is more common area, more amenities that you won't typically find in a select service hotel. So since we have 5 times more rooms, we also have a larger building template, which allows us to deliver more amenities that you won't find in our segment. So we have all day dining, full fitness gym, large swimming pools, business center, function rooms. So it's kind of like bringing 4-star amenities into the budget hotel concept at even cheaper than our competitors. So this really makes it very attractive for the consumer, which is why today we have we consistently beat market in terms of our occupancy rate, which is around 87% today. Next slide, please. So what are we really? If you think about it, we build hotels, one type of room, 500-room hotels, and we operate them. But prior to that, we actually sell them. So imagine a 500-room hotel. Each of those rooms are identical to the next, and effectively what they are studios. Each of those studios have their own individual condominium title, and we sell them just like any developer would sell a studio. But when our buyers buy these studios, they simultaneously sign a management contract with us that allows us to manage it for 25 to 50 years. So we effectively convert it into a Hotel 101 from day one. So, but the funding for the building of these hotels are really coming from the investors that are buying these hotel rooms. So we make money twice. In every project, we sell all of the Hotel 101 units prior to opening, and this funds the projects depending on the payment schemes that they choose, of course. And then after we complete the project, we operate it as a hotel for 25 to 50 years. So basically we already recouped our investment at the beginning. We can redeploy this and recycle capital to more hotels. And secondly, that converts to very long-term management contracts, which effectively no longer need an investment on our part. And so it's a very, very interesting model that generates revenue twice. But at our core, we are really a hospitality platform, because while our vision is to build 1 million rooms, Hotel 101 rooms globally, we won't own a single one of them. And the proposition is very simple. That's why it's called 101, because it's like Math 101, English 101. We make it very easy for our unit owners or buyers of our units to understand how does it work. So if you were a unit owner, Joe, or if you were thinking of buying Hotel 101 unit, it's a very, very simple equation. You'll check out the location. Let's say our Los Angeles location. You'll say, okay, it's 200 meters from downtown. And then I'll tell you, one projected, for example, room rate, and you'll take a stand. Let's say we'll call it $200 a night. Okay, for a hotel of, with a pool, with a gym, 200 meters from downtown, $200, in 2028, because that's when we want to build it. I think that's very achievable target. You'll probably do, if you're a pessimist, you'll say 60% or 70% occupancy. If you're an optimist, you'll say 80 or 90% occupancy. We don't guarantee any yields, but we show you a very simple calculation of what your yield will look like if you think it's 60 or 70% occupancy, because it's just purely math. $200 times 365 days times 30% of gross room revenue. So that's the very unique thing. We divide on a top line basis. So we take the total gross room revenue per property. So let's say those 500 rooms, we were running at it as a hotel and they made $1 million for the month of September in terms of total gross room revenues, people checking in and paying for those room nights across the whole hotel. We take 30% of that, so $300,000, and we divide it equally across all 500 unit owners. Why are we able to do this? Is because every unit owner owns exactly the same size room. So while you may own title or condominium title to room 501 and your friend room 502, it doesn't matter if your friend's room was used 30 nights or one night and your room was used 15 nights. It doesn't matter because essentially everyone bought an exact same size room into this hotel. So we pool the revenue and we distribute this equally. That's why it's very easy to understand. That's why, it's simple math in terms of the yields that you could potentially get. Because after you buy a unit, you will never get a bill from us. We don't charge management fees. We don't have sinking funds. The only thing you pay for is your property tax because you own that particular condominium, and your income tax because you're receiving rental from us on a variable basis. And in addition to that, as a unit owner, you also get 10 free nights a year. 5 you have to use in your own hotel, and 5 you can use in any Hotel 101 globally. And this creates an ecosystem of unit owners traveling all over the world into our units, and they're also our built-in marketers. Next slide, please. So it's a very, very simple business model, and it's a very profitable business model. And these are the 4 stakeholders that make our formula a winning formula. So number 1 is the real estate developer. Since we develop today, that's us. We make 43% development margin. These are our actual margins last year. We make this from the selling of the units. This means that, if for example, everybody paid cash and we're already 60% sold, that means we recoup their capital and we can redeploy that quickly. For unit owners, even at that development margin, they're still able to achieve at least a decent yield from their investment based on their selling price and how much we're renting the rooms for. And this yield is actually 7% today. But, we believe, for example, if you were to run a rental property in your city and we put a Hotel 101 there, if that yield is like 5%, we aim to at least be at that level, minus the headache of you having to repair it, you having to maintain it, you having to find a tenant, you having to be a host. So we take out all of those headaches in rental properties, but try to give you exactly the same yield or at least better. Today we're doing better. We're giving our unit owners better than they would get if they actively manage the property, minus the headache of actually managing the property. On the hotel operator side, despite the fact that we are bringing value to the consumers at 25% lower room rate, we're still able to achieve a sustainable margin of 25% as we operate the hotels. So 43% margin from the onset when we sell the units, and 25% hotel operating margin once that hotel starts to operate and we do the 30-70 split. This means out of the 100% of hotel revenues, 30% was given to the unit owners, 45% is our cost to operate, and 25% is the margin that we maintain. On the hotel guest side, we didn't know 8 years ago if they would like to keep coming back to a hotel with only one type of room. For the first time in their life, they have no room choice. You just, if you go in our app, try to book a room, and you can download our app in the Apple Store or Google Play. And basically, it's the simplest hotel app in the world because there's only one type of room. There's nothing to choose from. But we've consistently seen that we've beat average occupancy in the industry. And today, even after 8 years, we're doing 87% average hotel occupancy. Next slide. So what essentially we've created is a new category in the middle of two extremes in the hospitality space that exists today. There are only two extremes prior to Airbnb. There's your traditional branded hotel chains, professionally managed, consistent, large scale, but you as a private investor would need 10 to 30 million dollars to be part of that global chain of traditional branded hotel chains because they don't fragmentize their ownership. They don't allow small investors to invest in a big branded hotel chain. If you only have a small ticket size, say $200,000 or $100,000, you can't be part of a global hotel chain. You're on the other side of the extreme of hospitality of in a marketplace. So you can buy a small piece of property anywhere near you and be enroll it into the marketplace, play host, but it's not professionally managed. It's not predictable. It's bite size, yes, but it's an active investment. You have to actually play host. So what we've created is a new category in between these two extremes that exist today, which is a bite size branded hotel investment platform, which allows real estate investors, private, retail real estate investors to be able to buy rental property at $100,000 to $250,000 in a branded hotel chain that is global. It is consistent, it is professionally managed, and it's a pure passive investment because they don't have to do anything. And they can enter this space with just a small investment of $100,000 to $250,000 per unit. And so we really have a broad addressable market for our Hotel 101 units. And this is, I guess, specifically seen, perhaps not in the US, but in many countries around the world. When you see these new condominium developments being built in the heart of the city center, half of these residential units are actually sold to investors that have no intention of living there. These are just investors that are just buying real estate. And you'll see that even here in Los Angeles, in San Francisco, all of these foreign buyers that are buying half those buildings have no intention of living there. I mean, maybe it's like their vacation house. They'll come a couple of times a year, but the rest of the time, they actually want to earn income and they like real estate because they believe in that city. They believe in the prospects of, property appreciation and whatnot. And so that's a huge, huge market across the globe of people that just want to own real estate as rental properties. And so, so that's really our largest market today. If you ask me, it's people that want to own real estate and they don't want the hassle of maintaining it, but they like an investment that is backed by real estate, and in this is in its most pure form. So it's unlike a REIT where you're buying shares of a company that's being managed by someone else. This is like you own the actual asset. So this is a freehold investment. They own the condominium. They can exit the investment anytime by selling it. So they can mortgage it, they can sell it. But the management contract always goes with us because we control the whole management contract. We need to make sure that Hotel 101 continues to operate as Hotel 101 for the next 25 to 50 years. So they can exit it. And who will buy it? So for example, take today. Say, today unit owners getting 7% yield. Maybe 2, 3 years down the line, room rates or hotel room rates increase in that particular city. And as room rates increase, given occupancy stays the same, their yield on cost increases, right? Because their investment was already fixed. So that could be 7% today, but it could be 10% 3, 4 years down the line. At that point, somebody will want to buy that rental property and would be happy with maybe 6 or 7%. So it's a cap rate play. So basically, the investors of the unit owners can exit based on the cap rate. So they can sell, they can sell to somebody who's happy with 6 to 7 and they're already getting 10. So the margin in between those two cap rates is basically the property appreciation they would get on their Hotel 101 unit. Next slide, please. I'll turn
Hey,
it over to Tracy. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me walk you through our development timetable target. So from the time we secure the hotel site until start of hotel operations, our target timeline is approximately 33 months. From the time that we secure the site until start of construction is approximately 6 months. Once we start construction, as Hannah mentioned earlier, we also start pre-selling of the units. The pre-selling of the units essentially funds the construction of the hotel development. And then construction is estimated at around 27 months. We are able to efficiently construct the building because, again, we have one type of room, the design is standard, and we just have a template on every development. We do an asset-light expansion. So for our phase one, in terms of direct development, we directly purchase the land and we construct the building and the hotel ourselves. We're now transitioning into phase two, which is joint venture. So we look for joint venture partners in the countries that we look to open our hotel in. And the joint venture partner essentially contributes the land, and then we spend for the construction of the hotel, and then we split the revenue based on our respective contributions. In terms of medium to long-term plan, which is the pure asset light play, we are looking at, excuse me, licensing. So the developer will essentially contribute their land and do the development themselves. They will pay us a licensing fee. In any of the three phases, we will retain full control of the hotel operations. In terms of current developments, we have a total of 20 projects in various stages of development, totaling 9,320. Of these 20 projects, 15 are Hotel 101 projects across the, the Philippines, Japan, Spain, the US, and Cambodia. The 15 Hotel 101 projects equate to 8,867 rooms. These are our two completed projects, and as Hannah mentioned, Hotel 101 Manila is our prototype with 518 rooms and has been operating for 8 years already. Hotel 101 Fort Bonifacio has 606 rooms, which is also located in Metro Manila. Our first international hotel would be Hotel 101 Madrid in Spain. This is 680 rooms. We are expected to complete this hotel by end of this year, and we're looking to open early next year. Our total expected sales revenue for the sale of the Madrid units is about $136 million. Hotel 101 Madrid is primarily located in the Valdebebas region. It's about 5 minutes from the Madrid International Airport. It's right on the Formula One track. And a few months ago, we signed an agreement with Formula One to be an official hotel partner for the Spanish Grand Prix for a 10-year period. We're also right beside IFEMA Conventions Complex. IFEMA brings in about 4 million visitors every year. They're also conducting an extension site, which they expect to add an additional 1 million visitors every year. Our second international project is in Niseko, Japan, which is the skiing capital of Asia. We are looking at 482 rooms for this hotel. We're going to be topping off the construction of Niseko on December 5th this year, and we're looking to open by fourth quarter of next year. We're expecting total sales revenue for this hotel at about 120 million US dollars. The contractor that we used for this Niseko hotel is Iwata Chizaki. They're one of the top contractors throughout Japan. They recently did the Chitose Hokkaido airport. So we are very mindful of the contractor that we use for our development so that we can ensure timely construction and development of the hotels. Next is our hotel in Los Angeles, which is 672 rooms. This is located near downtown Los Angeles on West 2nd Street. It's about 5 minutes from downtown, 5 minutes from Dodger Stadium. We are looking to start construction and ground break on this property first quarter of next year. A few other developments. Hotel 101 Davao, which is in the Philippines as well, is 519 rooms. This hotel is expected to open next month. Hotel 101 Cebu, which is 548 rooms, also in the Philippines. We are expecting to open this hotel by end of this year. Last but not least, Hotel 101 Libis, with 702 rooms, which is expected to open first quarter of 2027. Now, as Hannah mentioned earlier as well, we feel that we have a proven product market fit. For our Hotel 101 Manila, which is again our prototype, the 8-year average occupancy rate has been 83%. Last year we did 87.2%. The average occupancy rate for all hotels in Metro Manila for 2024 was 64%. So we've outperformed our competitors by about 36%. With regards to historical unit owner yields, we've also given an average of 7.1% throughout the 8-year period. And last year, we provided a 7.65% yield. We've been rated by the highest rated hotel chain by Booking.com and the most booked hotel by Booking.com for 2024. We are technology enabled. We conduct dynamic pricing, which allows us to optimize our ADRs. Our guests have the option to check in online, and download their smart keys without having the need to go through our front desk if they wish. They can interact with our hotel guest services through the app. But apart from that, we also use technology for our back-end operations with regards to how quick housekeeping services the room, which rooms are available. And because we have one type of room, and our operations are ran efficiently, we strongly feel that with the ever evolving technology for hospitality industry, our business model is the most poised to optimize the use of all current and new technology advancements. We utilize our global distribution channel. We currently have 8 marketing offices globally, in Singapore and the Philippines, Dubai, Taipei, Hong Kong, Japan, Spain, and Mexico. But apart from that, we also have partner agencies such as Engel and Volkers, CBRE, Knight Frank, which help us sell our hotel units. So we're currently in 22 countries already and growing. With regards to our contribution to sustainability, our Madrid hotel is LEED certified. Our Niseko hotel is CASB certified. But more importantly, we feel that the social impact that we have on the local community is extremely positive. Number one, we create jobs, and number two, we do not repurpose any residential units for hospitality, thereby not disrupting any housing prices or shortage for local residents. Our hotels are purposely built, which allows for more positive impact locally. With regards to our global expansion, we have a target of having 25 countries over the next 3 years. We are currently in 6 countries already, with the Philippines, Spain, Los Angeles, Japan, Saudi Arabia, and Cambodia. Uh, we recently signed a joint venture agreement with the Horizon Group of Saudi Arabia. It is owned by the Sharbatli family, one of the most prominent families in Saudi Arabia. We've agreed to develop 10 hotels in the near to medium term throughout the kingdom. Last month, we signed an agreement with Canopy Sands Development. They are a subsidiary of the Prince Group, one of the largest real estate developers in Cambodia. We will be launching two hotel developments there early next year, one in Phnom Penh and one in Sihanoukville, which is in the Bay of Lights. These two projects are expected to generate 110 million in sales revenues. Let me turn it over back to Hannah for a brief background on our founders.
Thank you. Next slide, please. So the parent company of Hotel101 Global with the Nasdaq ticker of HBNB is Double Dragon Corporation, which owns 83% of HBNB. Double Dragon Corporation is actually listed in the Philippine Stock Exchange. Our market cap today, so Hotel101 Global, the market cap is about $700 million. And Hotel101 Global holds all of the Hotel101 projects globally, 100% of that, and 40% of the Philippine business. Next slide, please. So Double Dragon was founded by these two gentlemen. I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with the Jollibee Group, but the Jollibee Group actually owns Smash Burger out of Denver, Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf globally. It's one of the largest fast food companies in Asia. They have about 10,000 stores around the world. And our other co-founder is the founder of Mang Inasal, and that's Injap Sia. So Jollibee bought his first startup back in 2010 when he had grown it from one branch to 338 branches. Meanwhile, the Jollibee founder himself also grew the Jollibee brand to where it is today, which is over 10,000 stores. So both our founders have had actual experience in growing brands from scratch and making these household names, not only in the Philippines, but globally. Next slide, please. So they formed an investment holding company called Double Dragon Corporation, which is the parent company of HBNB. And Double Dragon Corporation is listed on its own right in the Philippine Stock Exchange. It has $4 billion in assets, mostly in real estate. It's the largest community mall developer in the Philippines. It has 46 operational malls. It has 10 office towers. 6 of those are under its separate office suite. It has 60 hectares of industrial space and operational hotels as well. And Hotel101 Global was first started under this company, and that's the prototype Hotel101 Manila, 518 rooms. So Double Dragon has helped grow this prototype across the Philippines, and we found something truly special and truly novel about the business model, which is why it spun off the company Hotel101 Global to basically expand the brand all over the world, and we listed that separately in the Nasdaq, which is now Hotel101 Global HBNB. Next slide, please. And HBNB is headquartered out of Singapore. This is our executive team. Of course, you know, myself and JC. We have our CTO, Earl, and Catherine Chan, also from different hotel brands experiences, other global brands. So we've been able to build our management team out of Singapore, getting, you know, top of the top leaders from the different, you know, experiences, both in hotel and real estate and technology. And we have marketing offices all over the world, and we're continuing to grow these marketing offices. Firstly, in the 25 countries that we've identified, we have, you know, different sales teams there. We have managers there that deal with all of the local brokers as well as the international brokers to help us sell our Hotel101 units globally. So very, very simple, 1 million rooms before 2050, because what we have is something truly novel, truly unique. It's a disruptor in the space that we want to disrupt, which is the mid-end hospitality space, present in 100 countries, and to become top 5 global hotel brand in the world. Thank you.
Okay, well, Hannah, JC, thank you for that presentation. A lot of exciting things coming up for the company. We're excited to see how it all turns out. We also thank everyone who is watching here. And if you have any questions or would like to schedule a meeting with Hotel101, send an email to 1x1@lythampartners.com. That's 1x1@lythampartners.com. If you'd like to learn more about Lytham Partners, You can visit our website at lythampartners.com or follow us on LinkedIn to stay connected about future events. We hope you all have a great rest of the conference and have a great day. Hannah, JC, again, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe.